Hey kids, it's Dan from the FMV Archive, and today we're talking about Cellveillance, the June 2025 released game. It is a horror slash thriller slash dating slash FMV choose your own adventure game. That's a lot of stuff, but it is all of those. You're a building manager tasked with installing surveillance videos to spy on the individuals that live in your building. Sure, we have seen it before, but have we seen it before that you are doing this to pay off mob debt to pay for prescription drugs for your mother? I think not. Let's dive deep into our 10-point system to figure out if this is a game that you should be adding to your library. At least at this time, there's no physical editions of this game. It is just pretty much on Steam at the moment. The game is Chinese, so it is all subtitled. If that turns you off, deal with it. Starting with number one, look and graphics. This game looks pretty darn fantastic. Everything's well lit. All the sets look great. You're actually in an apartment building, it looks like. This does not look like a set, does not look like a very nice apartment building, but it does look like an apartment building. There are hallways, there are rooms, everything looks set up very nice. The game runs super nice, even at 60 FPS. The action stuff really works. The POV works on this one. You're walking around the apartment building a lot. You're checking on a bunch of different stuff. And you get some pretty good creepy CCTV images in this one. High quality video, the set pieces, some of the art looks really good in the background for these. Some of them not so great, but some of them are really good. Overall looking graphics, easily it's a 9 here. Number 2, gameplay. For a choose your own adventure, there is some actual gameplay here. It's above average for the genre, I would say. There are some things that are a little bit more interactive than the just choose your A, choose your B. There's a lot of timed things. There's one with a very cool, like the words are floating around and you have to search out the right words to stop the person from doing what they're doing. Some really good jump scares, some really good plot twists. There are these karma points that you can get that are negative. If you do bad things in this game, you get negative points. I like how that is incorporated into the game. There's also this interaction. One of the things in this game is you're paying off debt to the mob, essentially, for a loan you took out to pay for prescription drugs for your mother. This is a very important part of the game. So the more dastardly things you do, the more money you get so you can pay off the debt. Game, you're going to have to make decisions that impact people on this in a negative manner. Really nice addition to the game, adds a totally new wrinkle that I have not seen yet in a choose your own adventure game, so I do like that. While it's still not too much of a game, it's more of a movie, I still give this a 7. It is pretty darn good for choose your own adventure. Number 3, the story. How is the story and what exactly is the story for this one? Again, you're the building manager, you're putting in these hidden cameras to spy on the people in there, and all of a sudden, there's a cult. All of a sudden, people start dying. All of a sudden, police are tailing you throughout the building. All of a sudden, you're going through memory loss like you've been abducted by aliens. The story is bonkers all over the place. All the while, you're paying off these debts you have for these prescription drugs. You're involved with now reporters who may be reporters or may not be reporters. You're dealing with absolutely psychotic people that live in this building. The characters are very different. Not one character is the same from the other ones, which I absolutely love. There's a couple bizarre twists in this one, and really the endings for this, I've gotten 2 of them. I believe there's up to 10 at least. Really good. I really like where the story goes here. Minus points for some of the scenes being very long. Sometimes you cannot skip through it. I don't like that. 9 for story. I think you might fall in love with this one. Number 4, the dialogue. How is the dialogue in this one? Translates pretty well, I'll say that. There's not things that make completely no sense in this one when they're doing the translations. That's always good. Actually, some subtext to what these people are saying here. There's some quick hints. People drop things, little nuggets of information that are just one sentence, and if you're not paying attention, you're not going to pick up on these little subtleties, which I do like in that one. 8 overall for dialogue. The only reason we're taking off a couple points here is sometimes it gets a little bit goofy and a little bit campy, which in a lot of these Asian games, I think you get quite a bit of that. So a little bit of that takes away from the horror and suspense. Number 5, the consequences of your decisions. How much importance does it make whether you pick A, B on this game? Makes a whole bunch of difference. Actually, we're going to give you a 10 here for this one. Wildly different story opportunities. Again, the money that you get that you have to pay off the mob, that matters in what decisions you make. There's seems to be at least 2 or 3 dozen different kind of mini endings throughout the game where you die or different characters die. There's also an impact on whether you report some of the things that you saw to the kind of overseer of this whole apartment building. Impact on that. There's impact at the very end of the game, whether you reported them or not. Really enjoyed that. Consequences, got to give you a 10. Really, really good. Number 6, the acting. How's the acting in this one? Cops, really bad. Cult leader, really good. Cultists, really bad. Some of the women in it, really good. Some of the women in it, really bad. It's kind of a yin-yang type of thing here. There's nobody that's kind of middle ground. You're either really good in this one or really bad. Give you a 7 overall for acting, but like I said, it goes back and forth. Number 7, direction and cinematography. How does this one look? How is it put together? I'm not going to say it's great, not going to say it's bad either. There are some things that really annoy me in here. There's at least 5 instances where I saw a reflection of the camera in the screen. Ugh, that's really bad. I mean, editor, take that out, or director, cinematographer, you gotta get away. You know a mirror's there. You know a glare from the glass is there. I don't want to see that camera walking around. That takes away from it. Some of the sets are really legit. Some of them are really, really crappy and cheap. Some of the things in the cult temple are really bad. You can tell it's just like a piece of plywood. It's like, we can be a little bit better than that. Overall, it's definitely above average for this genre. We're going to give you a 7 for direction and cinematography. Number 8, the music. When it is scary, you know it. The music definitely sets a tone in this one. It is not always there. Very occasionally, and I mean very occasionally, it can get goofy, but it makes sense because there's a couple of goofy scenes in that, so I'll let you slide on this one. Music, bueno. We'll give you a 9 for the music on this. Number 9, inventiveness. What is new and exciting in this game? I said a couple times, not going to beat a dead horse. That money payment thing is new. The karma, when you make negative decisions on this one, you get those minus points on that. Really like that. It has an effect on the game and the story of it. So I like the things that they did that were new in this one. Inventiveness. Genre that's been done a million times, but this one adds a little wrinkles. We're going to give you an 8 overall for inventiveness. Number 10, fun. How much fun is this game? It is quite a bit of fun. I enjoyed this playthrough. It is a dating game with horror. Yes, you are actually trying to win the affection of the women on this. You will see on the screen there are several times where you get bonus hearts for the things that you do for them. So it is a dating game with horror, with thriller, with cultist, with death, with murder, with crazy journalists, with everything in between. Really enjoyed it. Multiple endings. Haven't got them all, but I do like the ones that I have got. Give you an 8 overall for fun. Wildcard. Was there anything in this that we did not go over that we think is important that you should know? Wildcard, we're giving you minus 2 points. Yes, there's a lot of scenes in here that are very long that I cannot skip that I have already watched. That annoyed the heck out of me. Number 2 that we are going to give you another negative point for is when you want to watch a different scene later in the game, take a different branching path, it won't let you do that. It says you got to go all the way back to chapter 2, or day 2, I guess, in this game, instead of staying on day 6 and just picking an alternate path on day 6. That's going to take me like another half hour to do. I don't have the time to do that. I want to do it because I want to see what happens in day 6 when I make a different decision, but I don't want to have to go back for that. The logic should be good enough that if I'm making this decision, it'll change those previous decisions behind me. That leaves us at a total score of 79. That is pretty darn good. Especially for me, for a choose your own adventure game. Not my favorite genre in the FMV gaming world, but this one is pretty darn solid. The final verdict, if you like choose your own adventure and you like horror, I would highly recommend this one to you. If you are a dating sim person, you may want to look elsewhere. You may want to go to Don't Fool Me Beauties, 5 Hearts Under One Roof, something more like that, games that we have also reviewed here on this channel. But if you want a little bit different, I think this one might be for you. The story's compelling enough that you're going to come back and want to give it a couple different playthroughs. So there you have it, Cellveillance, a very cool interactive game. Give it a try. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Please hit like, please hit subscribe. We do a ton of walkthroughs on this one. We do a ton of gameplay videos and a ton of reviews. That is what we're doing here. So thank you very much. Have a good one.